Facebook took down 4 disinformation campaigns Monday. In a statement, the social media giant said the networks engaged in, quote, coordinated inauthentic behavior. 3 of those networks originated in Iran, and 1 was based in Russia. Their posts targeted users in the U.S., North Africa, and Latin America. The news came the same day Facebook announced its plans to combat misinformation and voter suppression ahead of 2020. The social network announced changes intended to increase transparency across the platform. Its efforts follow backlash over Mark Zuckerberg's decision not to remove political ads with false claims. For more, let's bring in Nick Thompson. He's a CBS News contributor and editor-in-chief of Wired. All right, Nick, so what changes is Facebook planning to make leading up to 2020?
They're making a whole slew of changes that they announced today. They're going to be much more aggressive in finding foreign influence campaigns. And they just knocked out a series of Russian and Iranian campaigns. They're going to make it harder for people to share viral misinformation. So if you start to share something that their fact checkers have determined is false, you get like a cigarette label on your post. It'll say, are you sure you want to save this? They're going to work to try to find posts that are encouraging people not to vote. They're going to get rid of those. They're going to put tags on pages that are state-sponsored media outlets, so Russian news services controlled by Putin, that kind of thing.
So on a press call Monday, Mark Zuckerberg said, quote, the bottom line here is that elections have changed significantly since 2016, and Facebook has changed too. So how have you actually seen the platform change, Nick, since the last presidential election? Yeah.
Well, during the last presidential election, they did absolutely nothing, right. And they created a catastrophe.
Yeah.
So what's changed is that they're trying. The hard thing is that the bad guys are trying hard too. The problems are extremely difficult to solve. But I am absolutely in favor of this new Facebook, which doesn't stick its head in the sand and actually tries to stop some of the problems.
So when you look at the landscape as it exists now, are there any issues that you think the platform has actually failed to address so far?
Well, the most important one is the fact that the algorithm on the platform makes it easier for you to share information that activates our lizard brains, that makes us angry.
That negative content.
Sort of the core, the passion. That's what makes things go well on Facebook. You can try it today, right? Somebody post, this segment with Nick and Elaine is great. It's not going to go anywhere. Somebody post, Nick and Elaine are the stupidest people ever. That will do really well on Facebook. And that is core to Facebook's algorithm. And so the most important thing that they have to do is to change the algorithm, change what goes into it, change how it works. They've made some fixes, but not enough.
So Mark Zuckerberg was criticized, as you know, last week for his decision to allow false or misleading ads from political campaigns on the platform.
Yeah.
How is he defending that?
Well, a couple of ways. Number one is he says, look, as a general principle, we believe in free speech, right? And so it's hard to police what is true, what is false. So here's a good example. Hillary Clinton yesterday posted a fake letter from Donald Trump, right? Sorry, a fake letter from John Kennedy to Khrushchev, mocking Trump's letter to Erdogan. So is that the kind of thing that should be banned or not? It's a hard call to make. And, well, let's allow it because it's satire. But where does the line on satire get drawn?
Who gets to make that call?
Who gets to make that call? So Facebook has said, we don't want to be in the business of making that call. Now, I think probably they could be in that business. They are in the business of making a call on what is nudity and what is not, and that line isn't always clear. But they've decided not to make those calls when it comes to political ads. I can see their position, and I can see the counter.
Yeah, because is there a free speech argument to be made there?
There's a free speech argument to be made on almost every category of content. You can make the free speech argument that nudity or suggestive photos should be allowed on Facebook. Facebook says no. You can make a free speech argument that you should be able to say whatever you want politically, whether it's true or not. Facebook says that's okay.
Let me turn to another topic. Zuckerberg confirmed Monday that he had recommended his people to Pete Buttigieg's presidential campaign, but said, quote, this shouldn't be taken as an endorsement. What do we actually make of this, considering the environment that exists now, and there is a suspicion of big tech on both sides of the aisle here. What's your take on this, given that a lot of folks think big tech has already too much political power?
All right, so in this specific example, all I can do is facepalm for both of them. Like, why is Buttigieg taking Zuckerberg's suggestions? Why is Zuckerberg giving suggestions? given how worried everybody is that Facebook will tip the scales in the primary, like Zuckerberg should just stay as far away as possible. I know that he and Mayor Pete went to college
Right,
together.
they were contemporaries, right?
Contemporaries.
At Harvard, yeah.
That Harvard class, which also had Jared Kushner right about
Right.
the same time. Like, good gracious.
Yeah, can you imagine?
In any case, so Zuckerberg should not be giving advice of any sort to Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete should just have chit chat with him and then hang up the phone.
Right, Nick Thompson, always great to see you, Nick.
Thank you so much, Elaine.